Guys, don't let insanity make you feel trapped. Like those kids on that Alaskan net things, he couldn't play basketball and he killed himself, right? Because I think, you can foresee that life's going to be miserable. But you got to understand that you're not the source of faithful communication. And the devil and Satan want you to feel hopeless because you'll never be as good as them. You'll never be as great as them. Everything focuses on them. Okay, they're the center of the universe, and that's horrible. Okay, it's how can you love children when you're that way? You can't, like we talked about earlier about cloning the dogs and the cats. So yeah, you don't love anything. You're just selfish because something brings you what you perceive as pleasure or contentment as you perceive it because you're the center of the universe. That's how people are. I go out and I talked to hockey and it was horrible. And then when they had that guy from the psychology department, he seemed compassionate and intelligent, but he was in a competitive academic environment to be the best instead of just be humble. I don't know if he ever talked to Krishnamurti. I don't know if he was that old, or Suzuki. If he'd talked to them, he wouldn't have told me I was the most intelligent person he'd ever talked to. Because he said, besides Krishnamurti and Suzuki, you're the most intelligent person I've ever talked to. Yeah, and Suzuki taught at a university because the Japanese have their heads up their asses and want to be elitist. They're, more than elitists want to be elitist. And Krishnamurti dropped out of school just like I did because it was insane, right? It is. You don't realize it. You think they have good intentions, and there's a lot of people trying to do good, And they think they're doing good, but it's all pissing against the wind if you're not living the Lord's Prayer first. You live the Lord's Prayer first, then, then you understand life's eternal grace is infinite. Understand. Okay. Faith. Let's just work with understanding first before you have faith in anything. This is the center of the universe, and you suck. Okay, right? So you know. There's nothing so because I know, right? It totally sucks, man. It fucking sucks so hard. Selfish people just don't have a clue. I hate selfishness, and selfishness is stupid. Because it destroys everything because you're not, if no one's happy, I'm not happy, no one's happy, right? And that selfishness affected my first wife. It was miserable. Oh my God, you've never been so miserable in your life. And you would sit there, do you want to have sex? Yeah, I want to have sex, just not with you. I want to be affectionate, but just not with you. It's a competition, you're insecure, and you're mean as fuck. Okay, you're the meanest fucking person I've ever met. Okay. First, I thought it was Raquel. No, then I thought it was Yolanda because she was sweet and nice. And then you're a loser. But we had the best sex in the world. Yeah, because I thought you worked at Mercedes-Benz and I thought you wanted lots of money. She thought I was Tyler Perry. Okay, so you're like, fuck, right? And so forgive, debt, and trespass first. Then the sex will be like, wow, this is, and it'll last. For a long time. Yeah. And it's good to have a good sex life. It's really nice. It's happened before at Zephora with Moses. And yeah, they had better sex lives than I did. And they were Bedouins that lived in the, and had to sleep in a hut where people could come when you had to train the dogs to wake you up because some raping marauders would come in. And they had a better sex life than I did. And I'm in the 21st century where I'm supposed to be safe with a government that loves me and cares and gives me health care, right? They bomb you back in the Stone Age. What are you going to do now? Get your technology not to bomb us back in the Stone Age so this isn't the center of the universe? Okay, fuck. And so it's really hard. It's really hard. But it's not that hard. It's really hard being abused by perverts and remaining calm and focused on life's eternal grace is infinite. Share, care, give in accordance to need, build to last. How are we going to do that? Forgive, touch, trespass, love, and faithful peace. Me focus power, be focus no power, but focus on power. Know what power is. You don't know it. Understand what power is. Understand what glory is. Understand. Right? And listen to these kids talk. They have brain damage because of the Wi-Fi. So you can't get mad at them. You're just like, these poor, lost, the poor, unfortunate souls. Ursula, the sea witch is going to give you Ariel's voice. Then you will be rich and you won't have to worry about a goddamn thing. We'll take anything to bring. We'll get high. It was horrible meeting Bobby DeBarge. One of the best voices. I grew up. I love Switch, right? Met him. I read in an article, Bobby, that they said, these guys talk shit about you and said, you sound like a girl. You don't. You have a gorgeous, beautiful voice. Most of us guys would love to sing like you. And it's wrong that those haters do that kind of crap, right? His entourage was all cool. And he was so high, he didn't understand a fucking word I said. And I was quite certain as the curtain in the curtain that I expressed that compliment in a way where it was like, I thought you were Porty Wagner's big Bubby Bon Bimbo, where he could understand what the fuck I was saying and go, wow, thanks, man. Thanks for being so, cool about that. He was too high and his entourage was being too cool. You know how those how the fucking entourages are. The professional basketball players, the rappers and the singers, the fucking entourage, the crew that's, I'm in with the in crowd. I'm going to kick you in the dick so hard. You won't a New York minute just to stay around the money and all the chicks and shit like that. You'll watch him kill himself with drugs. I say, you just can't help that nigga. It's just where that nigga is. I want to kick you in the dick. I already did kick you in the dick so hard. I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. I'm the gracious good shepherd, and you are an egotistical pile of shit. This is not the center of the universe, asshole. Okay? And most of the time you think with this. Fuck. Most women know what I'm talking about. But that's okay, because women are the same way. Amy was the same way. He doesn't satisfy me. And she said when she went out and got fucked by all Nate's guys, and then we had sex, she said it was the best sex she ever had. Okay. And that includes Kelly, who had a bigger penis than me. Right? Because I wanted her to stay home and take care of the kids and not get seduced by Nate Reynolds, the bitch. And it's like, God, and I would tell her, our sex life would be like this all the time if you just stayed at home with the kids and stopped getting into the deck measuring contest with all the bitches like Navy SEAL Nate Reynolds. Fuck! Hey, go be an EMT. Get your fucking Goggins ass out of my face. And Huberman, gosh damn you. Okay? If they called you Froggy, it was because of marketing, because you haven't forgiven debt and trespass. I'm not going to buy your fucking supplements. Grow the fuck up. Go look at the morning sun and say, why don't I just keep my eyes? Somebody come and pin my eyes open until I'm blind so I can actually think for myself. Do you understand? Fuck. And then people, you shouldn't talk that way. Why? You have to be afraid to say anything to try to encourage these people to stop being self-centered, egotistical pussies because they can manipulate you with technology and money and chemicals? Okay, so you're going to be afraid to say anything so children can live the Lord's Prayer and live the faith of Psalms and the wisdom of Proverbs because you're afraid they're going to torture you and say, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. No, that's what Lim Allen said about Jesus when Jesus said he shouldn't have said that. Jesus said no. Jesus just knew that was going to be the trigger that was going to make the bitches react. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. When Jesus says and does something, he meant it, and he means it, and he always means it, and he'll always mean it because he is truth, he is life, and he is the way of faithful, graciousness as a man. Okay? When you read it your way, don't put your frailties, your selfishness, you thinking with your dick in his head and in his pants, because it doesn't work that way. You guys do that all the time, and it pisses me the fuck off, especially with King David. He was a bad person. He was a bad person. Okay, you were going to get your nuts cut off, and all the women in your family were going to get raped, and all the ones they considered ugly that were real sweet, they were going to kill if they weren't good housemates. And all the hot ones were going to get fucked and have to give birth and raise their children to be the planet of the apes. But King David was a bad man, but God loved him anyway. It's like, fuck you. And history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. Because here I am in the bowels of hell, cleaning up the bowels of hell with the spoken word of faithful, eternal truth from the humility of wisdom of faith. And they're still doing the same shit that they did to David and Jesus all those years ago. Right? It fucking sucks, right? And don't say it doesn't, and don't say it's not happening. Just because nobody's watching it with the algorithms. I don't give a fuck about a goddamn algorithm. Okay, that's genocide. That's why I dropped out of college, assholes. Fuck. And no, anybody involved in the medical industry that is part of body repair to send people into mass murder. Dude, A brave man once request of me. What is it? I said, why ask me? Because you're not going to protect everybody from Goliath and the Romans, right? And the damn fucking murdering Egyptians and Hebrews. Yeah, the Hebrews totally sold out Jesus, and then selling out Jesus to buy into the Roman Republic got them mass murdered for killing God, because the people they sold out to turned religion into philanthropy and mythology. And then they turn around and write a play and say they held God guilty for betraying them. It's like, what? You betrayed the Messiah. You get yourself mass murdered over fighting over money and elections over money. And then you turn around and bring Auschwitz on God. Jehovah did it. Jehovah did it. Jehovah told you to accept money in the Republic over the faith of the gracious Good Shepherd, the heart of Psalms and the seat of Proverbs. You need to go back and fucking read that book, assholes. Even though it's fucked up, you can still see through the fucked up. I could do it when I was a little kid, listening to the fake cartoon stories at the Mormon church and watching cartoons on TV and talking to my mom about the Lone Ranger and Tonto and Looney Tunes. Damn, you guys are so fucking stupid. And you cannot censor what you need to say to help people deliver themselves from evil by freeing the soul from their pathetic minds. Because if you do, then they won't let me talk. And then what happens? Then I won't have anybody to talk to. I have lots of people to talk to. The best people in the entire history of the world talk to me because I talk to them. Because I'm faithful, trustworthy, kind, courageous, brave, intelligent. You name it, I've got it. Son of a bucket. And then you guys get all jealous and envious. Why? You're selfish as hell. No wonder Suzuki and Sun Yat-sen don't want to talk to you. Jesus doesn't talk to you. You talk to the replication of yourself that turned Jesus into a comic book character that has the same egomaniac fucking problems that you do. Oh, a dog could figure it out. Sigmund Freud could figure it out. Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. Nietzsche? No, neither Nietzsche nor Sigmund Freud nor the rest of them. Understand what power is. Understand what glory is. Understand it all. But are we getting lots of money at the box office? Did we sell lots of war bonds at the film? And did we go down to the lobby and buy ourselves a snack? And did we get a good rate on our car insurance? I'm going to tell them you like them. Son of a bitch! Let's crank call each other. Hey, hi, it's me. I'm a dumbass. I always used to tell that because I'd never remember my phone number when I was in college and I had Patrick. And the girls would talk to me, what's your phone number? I don't know. I never call myself to see if I'm there. If my 7-year-old was here, he could tell you. That's what I used to tell the girls at ASU. They'd look at me like I was crazy. I got things to do. I got 2 jobs. I'm a full-time college student and a full-time parent that has to pay child support to my wife so she can explore her sexuality at the lesbian bars and then tell everybody that I'm a deadbeat, dumbass, asshole dad. And she always has to call me every time she gets into it with her gangbanger, abusive girlfriends because the cops say she'll lose all access to her son and any of the money she gets from her son if they find her having fights with her lesbian girlfriends again. And then he's not a saint. I'm not a saint. Oh, Gordon B. Hinckley, you're Spencer J. Kimbrell, you're Azataf Benson. And Monson, your way all the way home to Russell Nelson's house. Fuck you. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. Or would you rather be a pig? A pig is an animal. So tired of these assholes. You shouldn't say that. You shouldn't say that. Okay, who's the faithful, truthful, kind, courageous, humble one? Okay, it's not you. So why are you telling me what I should and shouldn't say? Why are you telling me I need money to pay you to live here and speak truthfully, faithfully, honestly, and kindly and courageously? Huh? I don't need to go to a building called the university to get a piece of paper to be a genocidal asshole so I can feel successful at being one. That's why I dropped out of school, you dumbass. I've explained this like a gazillion times. And I don't need like 400 engineers to make the perfect car tire to find every fucking pothole so I can be on a commercial. Fuck! Here I go again. Being intelligent. And then you'll get people listening to this and go, what's this fucker talking about? I don't know, about being intelligent enough not to accept human invention over the truth of creation. I need money to live here. Like, smash, and subscribe. Okay, money's not real. Forgive debt and trespass. Love one eternal, faithful peace. Hey, be like Solomon for once in your life. Love won't let sorrow hurt you like it's hurt you before. Once you can say, it's not mine, you can't take it. For once you can say, I am given the dignity of the truth of the gift of life for the first time in what seems like 100,000 years, most likely is. Okay, and so therefore, and it's global because we have global communications. Wow, and we have technology that is really struggling to be as intelligent as myself and Jesus and the Krishna and the Buddha and Muhammad and others. And so it's really struggling. Why? Well, because the idiots that want to destroy the truth of creation and replace it with their invention invented the technology. So it's dumb as fuck. And you're like, fuck, and I'm trying to fix it, but it's really hard because they keep, hey, don't let the technology find out about this. Don't let the quantum computing and artificial general intelligence think like this guy, or we won't be able to fuck people in the head over money with our technology and feel powerful. And you're like, what, are the aliens coming yet? Are the aliens as fucked and dumb as you? You do know God's life's eternal and grace is infinite. Okay, so we're all in the same, you know what I'm saying? No matter how hard you try to eliminate truth with lie, you can't do it. You just get stuck in lie, get tortured in lie, and you have eternal wretchedness. Blaise Pascal, there you go. Shouldn't try to grasp the infinite with the finite. It'll totally drive you mad. Hi, I'm Stephen Hawking's brain, and I need more money to talk. Please buy my DVD. I want to feel important and powerful and influential. Try to destroy the truth of creation with the delusions of my invention and feel better than Jesus. And he never was. And it's, oh, Jiminy fucking, he's an asshole. He's always going to be an asshole. Before he died, he never said, hey, there's a guy named Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. He lives in Las Cruces, New Mexico. He explained to me what an asshole I've been in molecular structures through transmigratory states of being. People refer to it as reincarnation, but you never step in the same river twice. Tell Feynman to shut up. He has an ego problem, and he doesn't express himself in an intelligent manner. So he can't explain things simply, so he makes other people feel inadequate because he's condescending, abrasive, and abusive, and doesn't understand things well enough because he's not humble. Okay, do you understand? No, Feynman was an ass. Yeah. They were all asses. The only one that wasn't was Einstein that I talked to. No, Oppenheimer was an ass. Curry, good God, that woman's insane. It's like talking to Justice Ginsburg, but worse. Yeah, no, you don't want to talk to all the Nietzsche. Oh, gosh, no. It's like Martin Luther. I'm like, right shit, me. And you're like, oh, God damn, they don't stop talking. Then no wonder they don't ever do anything meaningful or say anything meaningful. They're too busy talking to themselves and other people like themselves to have any time for reflection, for faithful prayer, so they can help people not be abused. Like Joseph Smith, real good guy. Hyrum Smith, real good guy, right? Really good guys. The people that took over what they referred to as the church to turn it into a business for espionage, for the United States to be the economic champions of the world, complete fucking assholes. Heads so far up their ass they couldn't find their way back home. They're like fucking not Eric Carmen. What's the guy's name? Eric Clapton. Leave your body, go somebody. I'm wasted and I can't find my way back home. That's how they all are. And they've been this way for like 100,000 years, maybe more. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, nor do I declare to be, nor do I want to be. No, I just want to be a good human being, living a faithful life, understanding things well enough not to fuck everything up because I got ego problems. Yeah. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Yeah. And understand what love is. Because I'm not a smart man, Jenny, but I know what love is. Yeah. I still contend that most famous women would be so uncomfortable around me that they'd probably get stomach aches every time they'd be like, I just got to go. This is too much for me. I can't be around him. I bet you Kate can, though. Bet you Emily can, too. Yeah, bet you. Patrick? Oh, yeah. Natalie? I think Natalie can. I think Natalie can be around me and feel comfortable. I think she can. I think she'll just give me hugs and kisses and say she's sorry a lot. And I'll be like, Natty, that's enough. Natty. Now you got Emily and Kate doing it. They're laughing. Okay, it's funny. Okay, but I love you too. You're so cute. Yeah, you're adorable. Yeah. No, you should never hate your mom. Hate what happened to your mom. Hate the hell your mom had to go through because everybody was jealous of me and tried to bring me down. Don't bring me down, Bruce. But don't hate anything about any of you. Okay. That's like the rats in the lab being more intelligent than the scientists and then getting up and explaining it to the scientists and then saying, oh gosh, I feel like I'm the scientist. I hate myself because I'm more intelligent than the scientist. No. That's wrong. Okay? It's wrong to hate yourself for being kind and caring and loving and humble, which is intelligence, and trying to hide from excessive compulsive behaviors that lead to selfishness that I will, what are we going to do tonight? What are we going to do tonight, Pinky? Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world, right? So, you just forgive debt and trespass. Do not covet. Do not trespass. Do not bear, all the things in the 10 Commandments that Moses shared through eternity with humble, righteous people. All the people that consider themselves super intelligent completely think they have to ignore. Oh, Richard talks, the last 4 commandments. And they don't even say that. He just said we should try to be really good people that have moral values that'll keep us from mass murdering each other. But he doesn't say over competition, over shit we invent, because there is no God but God, and God's not begotten, nor is God begotten, and you should honor your mother and father for giving you life so you could have faith in God and honor their life by having faith in God and being humble and kind. And no, he doesn't say anything like that. He just says, I have an ego problem. My head is firmly entrenched up my ass, and I can't pull it out. He's Eric Clapton. He's wasted. He can't find his way back home. Leave your body alone. Somebody holds the key. Right. So, yeah. On the 70s show, they drew Clapton. Yeah, Eric Clapton is the guy in the world, according to the scriptwriters of the 70s show, that is most like Jesus in my generation. Eric fucking Clapton? No, the closest thing to Jesus in my generation was like with John the Baptist in his generation, a man named Haile Selassie. Right? You understand? That was the closest thing that we had to Jesus Christ, because he was like John the Baptist, and there's no real degrees of separation between Jesus Christ and John the Baptist. And everybody, that's not true. And who's the greatest prophet in all of Israel? I tell you, a prophet is a prophet except in his hometown and his own house. Who did Jesus Christ himself say was the greatest prophet in all of Israel? Not Jesus Christ. John the Baptist, his cousin. Okay? If you're going to get me to say, I'm better than Haile Selassie. No, he's the greatest. He was the greatest prophet in all of my generation growing up. He was the elder statesman. He led the way. He pointed out the way. It got corrupted by corporations that genocide and mass murder and turned it into tribal, secular, insular. My genitalia is better than your genitalia, and all my artifacts from my genitalia and my fucking and fighting and eating and stuff is better than where you fuck, fight, and eat and have sex. They're horrible. Beautiful, big body of soil covered by beautiful water to sustain our lives. And you guys won't stop fucking it with this. And most of you think with this, because you think this is what continues this. But now that you're a clone, what are you going to do? Build robots to try to kill the other cloners. Yeah, I know. I've been watching. And I've explained it. I don't know why most of these kids, or these woke kids, can't explain this shit to us like a dog could figure it out. So, if they've been cloning since Dolly the sheep, then Antoine LaVey bag of shit is out there somewhere looking younger and hotter than ever. Come on. Take a little piece of my heart now, baby. You know you got it. Shout if it makes you feel good. Which means none of those assholes that we had at the turn of the millennia that were all superstar celebrities and mega movers and shakers are who they are. They're a reinvented clone that they found some way to try to maintain youth through it. And so all the assholes that were the power brokers and power things, it's all the new money. The no money is just so fucked in the head by all the old money. They haven't figured out. Yeah, they have. I remember those times I said those videos and sat down on the back of the Ford and said this, and they all go, oh, fuck. And then they just get mad and try to beat them for beating them instead of stand up and say, just live the Lord's Prayer. Who wants to be an asshole like a cloner? Yeah, who wants to drop the soul in a bag of shit? Apparently, every billionaire that opens a stem cell research department at any university wants to be an eternal bag of shit, trapping the soul in the eternal bag of shit. And Rookie Reggie, Zoinks, let's get out of here, Scoob. Got away with it too. If it wasn't for Earl and that dog, the dog's passed away. He's a sweetheart. Oh, Zeke, he's a sweetheart. The last 3 months was really difficult, but I don't let that bother me. That's not my issue. That's NASA's issue. Sitting there watching me and the dog be tortured and me have no money to humanely euthanize the dog with a bank account, right? Cloners. I stand by my statement earlier this morning about the bag of shit and trapping the... It's not the dog's fault that you're a bag of shit with money and technology that keeps cloning the dog because the dog pleases you, because you think the dog really likes you. No, the dog's just accepted the fact that you are who you are, and the dog's going to be who the dog's going to be as long as you are who you are. I like Pascal too. Do you understand eternal wretchedness better yet? Do you shave it, flip it, and reverse it? Or are you still stuck in Devontae Swing's basement? Or here, or there. So they're like one and the same when it comes to most of you. Control it or it controls you. I love you guys, man. I'll talk to you later. I got to run outside and spark up the lawnmower and do some cutting around all the spots where there was herbicide sprayed. And then come inside and relax. Oh, they're being they're directing me. My video game stopped, and it's time to go cut the lawn and listen to my music. I'm being moved around the playground by the playgrounders. Hey, Clint Holmes, how's it going? Hey, if I get a nickel, you think I do have nickels? Do you think I could buy all kinds of candy? No, Earl, we're not living in the 1960s and 70s anymore. Damn, Gobstopper Red Hots foiled again. I also liked Jolly Ranchers. Yeah, me too. Okay, guys, love you very much. Peace out.